Hello, Taurus Ascendant clients. I'm just adjusting the camera. Be patient with me. Whatever. Oh, and of course I do this after my shower. I hate my hair after I shower. Anyway, let's dive in. This is a video for Taurus Ascendant folks, and I mean Taurus Ascendant by Western tropical zodiac, not for Vedic or Jyotish. And if what I just said makes no sense to you, don't worry about it. That whole thing is really for people who follow Vedic or Jyotish as well. Your ascendant can be off by a sign or different by a sign. So this is for, most people know their sun signs as their Western sun sign. And people who get their charts done, unless you're getting it done specifically with someone who specializes in sidereal astrology or Vedic or Jyotish, typically will know their Western ascendant. So this is for people with a Western ascendant of Taurus, Western tropical. The primary focus of this is to talk about the August 11th new moon solar eclipse. And you can say, why are you talking about the August new moon solar eclipse, August 11th, when we have a full moon in 3 days' time? And the reason why I'm doing this is because I really want to be thorough and pretty complete as far as the solar eclipses are concerned. And the eclipse, the August 11th solar eclipse in the sign of Leo, is going to get more and more active as we move towards October the 11th. Okay, August 11th to October the 11th. And you have an August 11th solar eclipse, partial solar eclipse new moon, and you have a January 21st lunar eclipse in Leo. So there's a timeline, there's an arc between August the 11th of 2018 and January the 21st of 2019. Okay, with October the 11th being an important marker for the August 11th solar eclipse. With October 11th date, either changes occurred after August the 11th, or they will occur the week before, a week after October the 11th, or it will be that by October the 11th, those people who are really watching, and this is why I'm doing this right now, or listening, will feel like, okay, I think I understand what this eclipse is trying to bring me. The second set of dates that is important to this eclipse. This is an eclipse in Leo. These are the last eclipses in Leo. The eclipses since February of 2017 have been happening in Leo and Aquarius. This is the last of these eclipses. August 11th, partial solar eclipse. January 21st, 2019, lunar eclipse. Okay? The eclipses are moving into Cancer and Capricorn. And indeed, we had the first partial solar eclipse in Cancer on July the 12th of this year. So they're starting to shift axis, but this is your last 6-month odd leg, 6-month period to focus on issues that you have been dealing with likely since December the 9th or so of 2016. When I mentioned the February 9th, 2017 as the first of the eclipses, that was a lunar eclipse, and I was looking from February the 9th to 2 months before, December the 9th. So December the 9th, 2016. So bottom line is issues related to, for you, Taurus Ascendant people, home, land, residence, where you live, where you work, rental properties, anything to do with real estate, commercial or where you live, even in terms of where you work, changes there. Issues related to the mother, property you may inherit, dealing with childhood homes, psychological, emotional inheritances from early childhood. It's the most private, the most nurturing, the most rooted part of the house, where we live and what we're born into and who nurtures us. Some astrologers would argue that the father is in this part of the chart. And if you find that that is true for you, feel free to send me a note or leave a comment here or something simple. You don't have to disclose personally what's happening. But I'd be curious. For me, the father, typically I find, lives in a different part of the chart. It's really the mother that I see here. But nurture, early child, it's not, things that root us. Now, if you are also contemplating career or work related to real estate, it could be really interesting, or buying or selling of property. It could be interesting if things are playing out here. December the 9th, 2016. And if you want me to break those down, those dates, they would be as follows. December the 9th, 2016 to February the 9th, 2017. July the 21st, 2017 to January 31st, 2018. And now August the 11th of 2018 to January the 21st, 2019. Okay? Whatever it is that you have been dealing with, whether it is land or property related issues, issues related to the loss of a parent, issues related to inheritance, issues related to stabilizing yourself, issues related to making your home, whatever that means, issues related to nurturing yourself, issues related to boundaries around yourself or therapy around childhood inheritances or wounds, whatever it is that you've been contending with, this is your final 6-month opportunity to just go for it and get it done. Look to the October 11th date, as I mentioned also. And then when it comes to the January 21st lunar eclipse, expect things to start accelerating from November the 21st of 2018 to January the 21st, 2019. There is a shift, of course, that is also happening in the second half of this year. So be clear now what part of the chart the Leo eclipses have been falling in for you, and this final 6-month leg from August the 11th to January the 21st that we're in the middle of. The July 12th partial solar eclipse, that was the first eclipse in the sign of Cancer, for you falls in a busier part of the chart. It says the attention goes from your home and your nurture and something private and something a lot more introverted, unless you're buying or selling property or thinking about property from a career-related perspective. And by the way, during this time period, during December 2016 to January 2019, but particularly between June the 7th of 2017 and August the 7th of 2017, and February the 15th of this year, 2018, to July the 27th of 2018, things accelerating from May the 27th of 2018. But issues related to what I'm about to say will continue from September the 11th of this date till November the 15th of this year. So once again, the dates that for this new thing that I'm going to be talking about in 1 second. June the 7th of 2017 to August 7th, 2017. February 15th of 2018, give or take a week or two, to July the 27th, 2018, with things accelerating from May the 27th, 2018, and then September the 11th of 2018 to November the 15th of 2018. There may be something that you've had to release from a work or a career perspective. Now, this is an interesting thing to say, and I'll expand more on this when I talk about it's the next set of videos I want to do, because the September 11th date to November the 15th date is going to become active pretty soon. But something to release as far as work and career is concerned. Either you're changing jobs or releasing something in terms of career or a different line of work, or you've been holding on to something or an attachment to something, or how people should be at work, or what your expectations are. Holding on to something that you feel grounds and secures you, but is now becoming a trap and is holding you from moving forward. That's all I'm going to say on that for now. But this, I'm bringing it up for a reason. But the polarity between with the Leo and the Aquarius eclipses for you, Taurus Ascendant folks, has been in terms of leaning into the home, land, inheritance, mother, family, home and family feeling, nurture, real estate, areas of your life, and releasing something in the most public part, your calling, your work, whatever it is that needed to kind of take a backseat there or be released there in order for you to be able to move forward. Now, why did I bring this up? I brought this up because the July 12th new moon partial solar eclipse, the first of the eclipses in Cancer, which are going to be active, the Cancer Capricorn eclipses will be active starting the second half of this year, starting July, but really will take hold in 2019 and 2020. You still have 6 months, as I said, from August the 11th. I know I'm repeating some stuff, but it helps. August the 11th to January the 21st. August 11th, 2018 to January the 21st, 2019, to finish up, wrap up, lean into home, land, mother, real estate, nurture topics. The July 12th solar eclipse will happen in a busy part of your chart. And you're going to be, whatever's coming up with this July 12th solar eclipse, is going to make its presence felt, again, interestingly, by September the 12th. The September 11th date is kind of a fascinating date. I'm not expecting anything dramatic to happen on September 11th. It's a horrible date as a marker, no doubt. But it's more a question of energies making their presence felt by that time, and starting from that time, roughly, or into that time, that we feel a sense of forward movement in decision making and moving forward. Now, when it comes to this busy part of your chart that has been activated as of July the 12th and will remain current and active in 2019, 2020, it really has to do with communication, writing, speaking, commuting, cars, vehicles, your commute, neighborhood, neighbors, siblings, cousins, colleagues. Do you get? It's all about how do I fit in with everyone around me, but also sales, resumes, interviews, communicating, talking, selling yourself, finding out what's going on around you, hopefully in an ethical way, fitting in with people around you. Sometimes literally it's an interesting shift from homeland real estate to neighborhood for people for whom this may apply in some interesting way. As I said, cars, vehicles. So if there is something being released from a career perspective, will you go into a place where you are actively meeting or networking people? There's a really important need. It's going from this very private part of your chart, an introverted part of your chart, to a relatively public part of your chart, and there's going to be a real need over the next 2.5 years or so, 2 years or so, to really listen. Listen to feedback that is coming your way. It's not a time to sink away into the big picture or a lot of spirituality or a lot of I'm convinced about the big ideas. If you have the big ideas, that's great, but it's really about the implementation, and in the implementation, the feedback you get. You are launching a website and you're excited about what this website can do in the future, but I'll give you an example of the YouTube channel. I'm excited about launching the YouTube channel, but if someone says to me, I'm having trouble hearing you, and I don't pay attention to that, I will lose subscribers. That's a very silly example, but you're constantly having to pay attention to the people you are selling to, the people you're interviewing with, the people you're networking with, the people you're communicating with. You're even communicating and fitting in, as I said, paying attention to the time, siblings, cousins, relatives, family members. Just really lean into the idea of communication as being a really important source of information for you with regard to how to make things successful. Now that is a set of energies, and I'll expand on this later. That's really more relevant, as I said, starting July the 12th, making its presence felt by September the 12th, and will be significantly that much more important when we look at 2019 and early 2020. Okay? Taurus Ascendant, folks, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm going to, once I upload this, have my contact information in the subject area. So feel free to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, comment if you feel so inclined, number one. Numero due, number two, if you're interested in getting a reading, etc., you can contact me at the email address I mentioned here, and I will be in touch shortly. I hope, know please, that this is a video just geared towards the eclipses. I'm not covering Jupiter transits and Saturn transits, all the different transits that are happening. I'm not even talking about the full moon that's happening in a couple of days. The full moon will come and go. They happen every 28 days. They're not going to kill you. There's a separate, more general update on the full moon this week in my general update section, so feel free to check that out if you're more interested in what the astrology of this week feels like for people. Okay, that's just a general energy one. All right, peoples, Taurians, Taurus Ascendants, I will be in touch with you soon, and I wish you happy nesting.